What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy. Go Black to Africa. I got a video for you all that I find quite interesting. Before you fast forward over to it, I want you to put on your thinking cap. I wish I had my retired military hats with me so I can get into your thought. But I want you to go ahead and pay attention to this general who's about to retire, that he has been questioned about Africa, being that he is the African commander that is a joint effort with Africa and America. If you don't understand some of the things that he is saying, I'll break them out to you. I'll be back.
General Townsend, any buyer's remorse, or I should say borrower's remorse in Africa with regard to the relationship of these countries to China? Is there any, well, I think borrower's remorse is the right phrase. Second thoughts about these relationships?
Senator, I would say yes. We see that across the continent. So when, as you're familiar, when China started investing heavily in Africa, this term debt trap diplomacy was born.
I call it debt colonialism.
That's another way of saying it as well. I think the our African partners, by and large, are very well aware of that, and the countries that we see still hewing to China are those that, well, they're not well governed, or they're autocrats. So I think there is a growing awareness of that, and we're seeing that.
Thank you.
What do you think? Now, let me say this right here. When he mentions about going behind the chambers to discuss matters further with some of these congressmen, there are information that I worked in intelligence that cannot be shared with the public. There's a thing that's called secrecy, or you have a secret clearance, top secret clearance, or you could have a SCI, a BSI, a presidential clearance, what have you. What he's telling when he's saying this is that it's not for the public to hear what's really going on some of these things, but he be willing to share behind the chambers with them. Now, I would not even dare try to guess what he would say, but I will tell you this right here, family. The congressman asked him the question of a remorse borrower's debt that Africa has been doing business with China. The actual congressman said, hey, this is basically a colonized effort, basically a debt colonizer, where you loan money to people, and we know this in America, and now you're subject to them. That's the American way anyway. Everything you buy will be from a credit card. You will get a mortgage on your house. You would go ahead and pay monthly on your car. Everything basically that in America has conditioned you to stay in debt. This is what bounds people. When you are in debt, you are not free. You're subject to those creditors that you owe. Why? If you don't pay, what is their threat? We will take what you have, repossess it. We will ruin your credit score, which means then it's harder for you to go ahead to get another house, a car, or what have you. It makes it that much more costly, because then if your credit is not up to par, you will pay greater in interest and a higher down payments on some of these things that you will lose in the end. See, Africa don't understand that. I mean, in Africa, they're just now coming up with loans. People that have payment plans that are really at a short period, which I like. Africa don't have 30-year mortgages. I think the furthest I've seen on a mortgage, I think even what I heard, was 10 years. And that is rare. And that ain't for the average. They don't have credit scores. So that right there is a hindrance when it comes to banking and wanting to loan money out. But China doesn't understand something. China knows that there are stipulations when they give these loans out. What they do is that if you can't pay, we take the very thing that you got the loan for. So you want to build that airport? No problem. If you can't pay it, hey, no problem. It becomes ours now. Oh, that railway station, if you can't pay it off, we'll take it. It's ours now. That water plant, that power plant, no problem, we'll take it. So what they're doing is that they see that if we can go ahead and inundate a country with debt, it eventually will become ours. See, Africa, it's a shame. It is a shame that African countries don't reach out to those who are in the diaspora. Yo, we need somebody in finance who understands with the mindset of these people. We need to understand that, hey, we got to bring people in to be able to help keep away the wolves from overtaking your country. That's why I say, man, from what I know, as far as information's concerned, not giving away information, but understanding what information can do. Africa can learn a lot from that. Because see, when you were not brought up or lived in with an enemy, you don't know how they act. You don't know their behaviors. It's like the small writings on contracts that you don't never read. You know how it is when you are on your phone and you open up an app and it says, okay, you agree to this, and you hit check, or you're on the internet and you have these companies that you have to go through this laundry list of policies that you should be reading, and you just hit I agree. This is what Africa has to understand, that is being brought in underneath their nose. Now, you would think that educated people that they call themselves, who supposedly travels to these Western worlds, they think they have arrived and they think they can come back and run a country, but under the control of really the Western world. You think that they would be up here asking for help, but of course pride gets in the way. But I'm going to say this right here. Some African countries, not all African countries, nothing wrong with if you're going to do business with somebody, but would you really take a loan and they want to take an arm? Would you really take a loan to where they possibly will take your resources, will take your infrastructure? These people in power don't care. They don't care because they'll be out of that cabinet of the president shortly. They don't care if they sell their daggone country short. They don't care if they go ahead and just let everything go, to wits end and out of control. Because these people are out, in and out, and they'll fly right back to the West. I wish Africa would go ahead and come up with something. Me and my wife is going to start a center called The Excellence School. And this is going to teach Africans how to be excellent, how to be wise, how to understand those you do business with, how to have integrity, honesty. That lacks in Africa. I'm going to tell you this right here. That lacks hugely in Africa. I find most just can look blatantly in your eyes and lie. Those who swear that they are Islam, swear they're Christianity, will lie, take from you, and go. No sense of integrity, no sense of honor, no sense of morality. We have to wake up, because when you don't have that, you're willing to sell your people short. You're willing to sell your people out. And you're willing to sell your people into slavery. And we know that happened before. But until then, family, if Africa wants to remain to be asleep, there are those who are coming in to take. I say to the citizens and residents, are these questions being brought up to the forefront on the table? I hear the talks on the radios. They do have discussions. But what's being done about it? This is your man. Not your boy. Go black to Africa.